too.
No.
If we can go through a round
Where are you
of
from?
introductions.
Italy. You speak English?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And you?
Italy too.
Italy too. In Italy, we do not have so many Italian students. I mean, that's good.
Liliana, you've met from Portugal?
We met the last time, yeah? Where are you from? Portugal. Beautiful. I've been in Portugal in COVID time. I had the most beautiful vacation. I was just myself with my son and his fiancée. 3 of us. We were owning the entire Portugal. It was so beautiful time, really.
It's nice.
Where are you from?
California.
California. I've been in California. I was a rock star.
Yeah.
Long time ago. And I sold millions of records. Then I happened in the States with the most beautiful record company called
I do not know.
with the most important producer in the world, with Clive Davis. I don't know if you heard about him. He was
I don't know too much.
producer of all the big Stevie Wonder and all that lady who died. Whitney Houston. I mean, it was a great time. Then my manager was arrested for drugs. Everything stopped. And I remained in Hollywood for 2 or 3 years, 2 years and a half, just in a state of stillness. Not meditation, stillness. And those 2 years, 3 years have been the great realization. Not spiritual, but the power of doing. The capacity of doing. The capacity to change the outer reality. That was, we'd like to change the outer world. We are not able to change a son or the behavior of a wife or a husband. To change the outer world, I discovered how to change the outer world. And this is something that I try to convey to you, to professors and my collaborators, but they are, deaf. They are, they're very, it's a stiff category, professors. They will never change, one single cell in their lectures, in their teachings. And I'd like so much to introduce, to blend the School for Gods. I don't know if someone has read my book, The School for Gods, to blend together with the teaching subjects of the professors. But they are so rigid that they do not understand that the real education is to extract. Ex dulco in Latin means to bring out, not to steal in. We are trying to steal obsolete knowledge, second-hand concepts, and we are all poisoned by false ideas, knowledge coming from the past, from bad professors and teachers, and we are all poisoned by obsolete knowledge. Then I'm trying to convey to you that you have to come out with your own dream, with your own uniqueness. Each of us has got his own dream, owns his own dream, and that will never come out until schools and universities will instill in you false concepts, false ideas, and second-hand knowledge. You have to get free of all those things. Okay, you have to get your degree because society wants you to be a graduate, but that doesn't matter. You have to touch your inner being. If you want to have, if you want to become rich, like I am, but anyway, this I will tell you about. If you want to achieve the impossible, the miraculous, you have to touch your inner being. Having depends upon being, and not vice versa. Schools and universities are teaching you, or are training you to believe that having can make you happy, free, or whatever. And that is not true. That's why in those years, those 3 years of solitude, being just with myself, I realized that all comes from within. And if you realize this, all fears come to an end. And when fears is gone, everything goes right. We are all living in fears. We are all living in doubts, in anxieties, believing that that is human. That is not human. That is really living like an insect, driving and leading by negative emotions, destructive thoughts. We have to become owners, dreamers, doers, and not driven and led by stupid emotions and negative thoughts. This is what I did, and I'd like to convey this to you. No professors, no teachers, no schools, no universities will tell you that you yourself are the builder, the creator of the reality you are living in. Then if it is so, if it is as I am telling you, then the only attention, you have to pay attention only to yourself, to your inner being, and you will see that life and what we call reality will follow. Whatever happens out there has to have your inner consent to happen. Try to understand this sentence. Whatever is happening out there, what we call reality, has to have your inner approval to happen. Accidents, disease, war, poverty cannot happen without your consent. And we are aware that we are creating disasters because the disasters are within yourself, not outside. The outer world is just a reflection, is a mirror reflection of what you are. Then why I created a University of Economics, or a business school? Just because for me, having depends upon being, and not vice versa. You can have only if you are. Then you have to get closer and closer to yourself, that you will annihilate, cancel the distance between you and the world. But be very careful that the world is you yourself. It's not a separate reality. It is you yourself. You are creating the world right now, in this very moment. And the world is reflecting and respecting what you are. Then you should be permanently in touch with yourself. Whatever you are doing, business, being with your family, making sex, going to the pub, whatever is happening outside yourself, you have to keep this attention, pay attention always to yourself. And then you will see that the world around you will follow, will respect what you are, because you are the attention. You are present to yourself. And the world knows everything about you, yourself. Then do not hide in the crowd, because you will fail. Be yourself. To be yourself, you have to get rid of all layers and layers of ballast, which doesn't let you fly. You have to get rid of all the fears and the doubts and frustrations that you that you do to yourself, that you are victimizing yourself with all negative emotional things. If you get rid of all that, of all the conflicts and limitations that you carry within yourself, you will see that the world will follow you. And there is no obstacle in the world to your richness, to your abundance, to your prosperity, to your health, to your wealth. Then you are the creator. You have to enter into this state of being that all and everything depends upon you yourself. And the slightest change in your inner being will move mountains in the outer events. The slightest change in your inner being will move mountains in the world of events. Because events and inner states are one and the same. There is no distance, there is no gap. Inner states and outer events are one. Time, the time factor is very tricky, which lets you believe that the outer world is a separate reality, which is not. The outer world is you yourself projecting in time what you are. Then if you are able to intervene on your inner being, you will change your own reality. Then understand, being is the totality of yourself. Then if you know that you are in fear, just observing it will change the outer events. Observing. If you are unaware of it, that fear will materialize in outer disasters. Then you have to be constantly and permanently one day present to yourself and to be in charge of yourself, to observe what is going on. Doesn't matter if hell is happening within yourself. Doesn't matter. You have to observe it. Just self-observation will change your inner fear or your inner conditions. And you will see that all solutions will come from outside. Healings will come from outside. Answers will come from outside. But all depends upon you yourself. Any question? Italiani. Che Sinner is winning, isn't he? Yeah. Sinner is number one in the tennis, but never happened. An Italian guy to be number one in the tennis for centuries. Are you proud of it?
Yeah, of course.
I feel proud. Yeah, it's good. Ciao, come stai tu? Tu sei italiana. Sì. Mexican, eh?
Close.
Sorry, ti ho presa per la figlia di Sabrina, dov'è?
Ah no, la figlia di Sabrina non c'è Riccardo.
Riccardo, Riccardo c'è. Ciao Riccardo.
E la nipote di Carlotta, Vittoria.
Davvero?
Sì.
Ciao. Welcome. Nice. Somigli molto a Carlotta. Poco il viso, eh? The slightest change in your inner being moves mountains. No schools, no university will tell you this, because they do not know. Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, they do not know. Because they will never tell you that all and everything depends upon you yourself. Because they would change their job. They should close the schools and universities, because if it is all up to you, you don't need any teachings. You don't need any education, because you yourself know. You yourself knows everything. You have just to be fearless to touch your inner being and see the world will follow, because the world is your projection, nothing else but your projection. Unfortunately, the world has got the ungrateful task to tell you all the truth about you yourself. You say, oh, where this disaster is coming from? I mean, I am a very earnest, serious person. Why all this happened to me? You are the very cause of whatever is happening in the world. You yourself. If you realize this, you own the world. I was asking to students in another center, I think in Florence, who owns the world? And someone says Bill Gates or Elon Musk or the President of the United States. You yourself. Then if you realize that you yourself are the creator of the reality you are living in, then you cannot blame the others for your misfortunes. You cannot complain anymore, because it is your inner responsibility, whatever is happening out there.
How can we define finding? So, why is a war? How is possible that a war is up to me?
How is it possible?
Yeah, how is possible?
Because you are the creator.
But the war.
But you don't know, you are unaware of it. You are the real creator. You know, if you read my book, The School for Gods, the title should have been The School for Forgetful Gods. We are all gods, but we lost our memory. And we became insects, mosquitoes. But you are a god. If you realize this, if you acknowledge yourself as the creator of your own reality, what you call reality will follow. There is no way. But schools and universities, parents, environment, government, institutions, they tell you that you are just one amongst many. No, you are the creator. And the others are your projections. The others are you in time. You in time. Then you meet someone in the street, you tell yourself, this is me. It can be a nomad, it can be the president of the United States. This is me. I am projecting whatever event or circumstances or people I meet. It's my own creation. If you remember this, you will see that the world is a beautiful game. Beautiful game. The world is in your hands. You can do whatever you want. And you have to touch what is wrong within yourself. You have to be courageous to touch what is happening within yourself. That is very difficult to accept. Because in that very moment that you touch yourself, the innermost part of yourself, you have the entire world on your shoulder. You have to be responsible for all and everything. That's why we do not want to face this inner responsibility. Say.
If I'm the creator of the world, of the war into words, how can I stop it?
How can you stop the world?
The war.
You shouldn't stop the world. The world is going perfectly well. You have to stop your inner identification. You identify with something that you yourself have created, believing that is an outer reality. You cannot stop the movie that you yourself are the producer and director, and you cannot stop something that has been created within yourself in time. You have to turn towards yourself and see that that very thing is your projection. Then you watch it, you know where it is coming from, and when you understand that all comes from within, that very thing has been caused by you yourself, that things that can appear a monster, a giant, or something that is taking over, you will see that that very thing will disappear when you touch the source of whatever is happening. All comes from within. All comes from within. This is the only rule. All comes from within, and you yourself are in charge. Then if you are not aware of what is going on within yourself, you have to encounter disasters and misfortunes and poverty and all the things they tell you through media and the news, that the world is in war, is a disaster, and all those things. That is, from my point of view, nothing is happening. Because it is your vision that is creating your own reality. And if you believe what they are telling you on news and media, you become a slave, a victim of something that is non-existent. I'd like you to read, my book, not because I never, in 30 years that I founded the European School of Economics, I never imposed my book to anyone. But if someone wants to go behind the European School of Economics, understand that the European School of Economics has a facade, of a mask of a business school, but behind there are principles that if you just take the 1% of those principles, you will be in charge of the entire life. And your parents, and your relatives, and your friends, and your children, and everything will be protected by those principles. Because when you take care about yourself, within yourself, when you are responsible, you respond, you answer, you are the answer, you will see that the entire world is safe. The entire world is safe. But if you are suffering, the entire world is suffering. Why my child, 2 years old, died? Not mine. It was a lady in Greece. What is her fault? 2 years old. She is innocent. Then, you see, you never turn towards yourself and see that you are the producer, creator, dreamer, doer of your own reality. Then tell me, lady, how was your relationship with your husband and with your environment and with your reality? She said it was hell. If you die, the entire world dies. The entire world around you dies. But you will always blame the others. You will never turn towards yourself and see that you are the very beginning of that disaster. Now you see, we die in just one single day, thousands of times. And we are unaware of it. In one single day, we die thousands of times. And we are unaware. Then we encounter disasters, difficulties, problems, and we think that it is coming from outside, which is your production, your creation, your creature that is telling you, look, I was commanded to be so by you yourself. You see, in this very moment, you are paying attention not to my words, but to you yourself. You are watching yourself inside, and you will see that you are suspended. There are no fears, no worries. And this very moment is spreading out in all directions and is doing well, is creating prosperity, wealth, joy, freedom to all those ones who are in touch with you. This very moment are not my words, but you yourself have the power to turn towards yourself and watch, observe. You shouldn't change it. You shouldn't change hell in paradise. You will never succeed. Or negative emotions in a positive one. It is all rubbish. You have just to watch it. Observe it. Just self-observation is self-correction. And if you correct yourself, the entire world is safe. The entire world is safe. And you will watch news and the medias and all those things as a show, like a theatrical show. It will never touch you, because you are free, because you are the creator of this beautiful, wonderful show, which is life. You yourself, be careful, don't mix, do not hide in the crowd. You yourself are the creator, the doer, the dreamer. I have to tell you the difference between the dreaming and desiring, because we think that desiring is a dreaming. Oh, I desire to have a Lamborghini, desire to have a beautiful house, beautiful family, a beautiful future. That is a desire. It will never happen. Dreaming always comes true. Then what happens? It's very tricky. You are dreaming the experience of desiring. I don't want to be intellectual. I am a businessman. I believe in doing. I am very concrete. I am dreaming the experience of desiring. Then the dream is coming true, which is desiring. A state of desiring, expecting, hoping, and whatever, wishing. I am dreaming a state of deciding. Then the dream is coming true. But the object of deciding in time will never come true. Then you are dreaming right now what you are and what you have, and it is perfect. That apartment, that house, that car, that parents, those friends, that environment is reflecting perfectly what you are, which is what you dream. Now, to change the dream, you have to get closer and closer to yourself. Then time will be shrinking. Time, the time factor, which is non-existent, is just an invention, your invention. But you have to get closer and closer to yourself until you are so close to yourself, and you will see that the reality outside yourself will change because time is shrinking, and the reality will in a few minutes correspond perfectly to what you are. And what you are is full attention to yourself. That creates heaven on earth. And you will be a spectator of a beautiful show, with all its contrasts, with the wars and the conflicts. But that is something that it's just a projection. You have to be aware of the fact that you are projecting of this. You are not what is happening in the outer world. You are, the creator, the dreamer, or whatever is happening out there. If you identify with the creature, if you identify with the creation, then you get stuck. You get stuck. All of us, we are all identified because life is attractive. It's a very, how can I say, we believe that is the world of causes, and then we pay all our attention to the outer reality, outer world, and we get stuck. We get identified with something which is just a projection, like a movie, like a film. We identify with the movie, not with ourselves, and it is impossible to return to ourselves because you are becoming an adult. Adulterate. An adult will never come back anymore to his own, I can call, freedom. Freedom from identification. That is real freedom. I was talking to a student of the European School of Economics that is still not realizing, or probably doesn't still recognizing his own dream, and is still in a sort of suspension. And I was asking him, which is your dream? Oh, I'd like to have a beautiful family, I'd like to have money, I shouldn't worry about the future. And I mean, it is all up to you. If you are in a state of need, it is your own fault or responsibility. You can change that if you turn towards yourself. You turn towards yourself and see that all the problems and troubles and aggravations are within you. Otherwise, it cannot happen. Time is your servant. It's not your boss. In all of us, time is your boss. It's governing you. It's telling you who you have to marry, what house you have to abide, what is your future, and the time. We have to possess time. To possess time, it means that you have to get closer and closer to yourself until time will disappear. And the world and you will become one. And you will see that the world will materialize perfectly what you are in this very moment. Will you be able to keep this moment for you in a half an hour? You will see that you will forget everything. This is real life, when you are in touch with yourself. That is not a spirituality. Be very careful. I am not a spiritual person. That is are lies. I do not want to offend any religions, but they are just lies. We indulge in lies for all our life, and we die, and we get old, disappointed. Turn towards yourself. You are the author, creator of your own life. You yourself. The others are just reflecting you. The others are you yourself in time. You see, we are in this moment questionless. Because the answer is already in you. It's within you. In this moment, you have all the answers. To ask a question, it means that you are still in doubt, in fear. But one day that you really live in this very instant, like an infinite time, you will see that, fear will disappear, time will disappear, doubt will disappear, death will disappear. If we stop dying within, as I told you, we die thousands of times. If we stop dying, and if we die lesser and lesser every day, you will see that life becomes a beautiful place where to live. Dying lesser and lesser every day. How can you do it? Observing what is going on within yourself. Simple as that. You have just to observe yourself. Nothing else. But we do not observe ourselves. We are 24 hours identified. Also in the nighttime, with the oniric dreams, we are identified. We are lost in the outer world. Lost. And we are forgetting ourselves. Forgetting ourselves. Then my message is, remember yourself. Turn towards yourself all the time. When you can, especially when you are by yourself, with yourself, in solitude, in stillness, secretly and silently, victory happens. Victory, because victory is an inner state. Victory is not over someone or something. Victory, success, is within. It's not outside. Outside is just the outcome. It's a result. It's something that comes in time. But the real victory is within you. It's a state of being. Success is a state of being. When you touch success within yourself, which means to be fearless, doubtless, deathless within yourself, you will see that success and victory will happen in time. You will find in time what you have built within yourself. California, this is, Harvard cannot tell you this. I tell you. Not even the LA, whatever you call university.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA. They will never tell you this because they have to change their job the day after. In London, in in this moment, we opened, with my family. Sorry.
Why don't you speak? Nobody speak.
I think we have a question.
Someone was asking.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see you.
It's okay. Hi, Elio.
See.
My name is Myron. I'm from South Africa. I wanted to ask, so the future is going towards artificial intelligence, and you mentioned about people being lost and need to find ourselves in it. With AI potentially replacing us and allowing us to stay home, what's your take on society looking forward? Are we going to be lost as people, or will it give us more purpose?
Yes. Yes. We will be governed by stupidity if we are stupid, and the entire world will love to be led by stupidity, because then you are not responsible. You are just, led in. But AI is a memory, and memory is a lie. Memory, the entire memory, the entire history is a lie. Then if you lean on AI, you will be nurtured by lies. And your life will be a disaster. You can use AI. You have to write a letter, please. Can you write me a letter? Okay. Like a secretary, I don't know. But to believe that AI can substitute your intelligence. This is what will happen in millions and billions of people who are unaware of themselves, who are just driven and guided and led by mechanicalness. Right now, you don't need AI to believe that AI will take over. Will take over on people who are already taken over. But if you turn towards yourself, AI will be an instrument like the aeroplane, the communications, telephone, and internet. But it is just an instrument that you use just to act outside yourself, a role that allows you to be in a society which is all driven by machines. Right now, you don't need the event of AI. We are already servants and slaves of machines. If you turn towards yourself, you will see that you are the creator, and AI is your creature. It's a technology that you yourself created, like the aeroplane, like the telephone, and everything. It's your own invention. If you realize this, the creature can only follow, the creature can only obey. But if you are not aware of it, you have to succumb. AI is stupidity, just stupidity in a machine. It's memory. Memory is time. Memory is the past. Memory is history. And you will be overwhelmed by stupidity, by lies. I don't know if I answer your question.
Yes, you did.
But, to be afraid of machines that will take over, it means that you are in fear right now. You need just an excuse that AI can occupy your job and all those things. But you are finding an excuse to justify your own conflicts, fears that you carry within yourself. I don't know if it is clear. No.
Yes, it's clear.
Is it?
Yes, yes.
It was a good, and it's a question that my lawyers, I have many lawyers because I had to fight many situations in the world. When you are a businessman, you are always an antagonist. In the book, you will find a chapter dedicated to the antagonist, which is the greatest ally. Without the antagonist, you are nothing. Then you grow, you have ideas, and the antagonist appears. And it is strong, it is ferocious, it is a giant, it is a monster, but it is your creature. You cannot fear it. And the antagonist will become your best ally. The antagonist will love you much more than you can love yourself. Then don't fear the antagonist, because the antagonist is at your service. But you will find a chapter on the antagonist. You will love it. I put this suit just for you, ragazzi. For you. I don't like it because it's like a pyjama. But because it is a Cucinelli. Do you know Cucinelli? You know, he's a friend of ours. And he said, you have to, this is good for you. I don't think so, but he is Cucinelli, and we have to accept it. Sorry about it. It's not vanity that is speaking. It's just to have a joke. How to act in the outer world? How can we deal with the outer world, keeping this attention to ourselves? You have to learn how to act as an actor does, actress. You have to learn how to act this time consciously, because we are all actors and actresses. You have to learn how to act in the outer world, to be a daughter, to be a wife, to be a husband, to be a friend, acting like an impeccable actor, actress. Then you have to remember yourself, being within yourself, being aware of what is going on within yourself, and in the outer world you have to act. Recite, recitare, like an impeccable actor. We are all acting, but unconsciously. We really believe that we are in a real world. But this time you have to start acting consciously. What you have always been in all those years, which are very few years, in 19, 20, 21, you have to act your role perfectly, impeccably, with whoever you meet, encounter on your way. And you will see that you pay attention to yourself, which is you are present, aware of what is going on within yourself, and at the same time you are dealing with the world, but acting. But acting is a lie. No, if you consciously act, it's not a lie, it's more real than reality. Acting consciously, carefully, intentionally, voluntarily, is more real than reality itself. Where are you from?
South Africa.
South Africa? Yeah. I've been there, you know, in Johannesburg.
Yeah,
It was great. There is a hotel which is a city, Sun City. Do you know it? Because I have a resort in Forte dei Marmi in Italy. It's a beautiful resort, a luxury resort. Sorry if I tell you this, but I wish for all of you to be rich, happy, and in a state of goodness, truth, beauty, and all this. And then whatever. I have a beautiful resort in Italy on the Tuscany, the seaside of Tuscany. And why did I tell you this? I don't know. But anyway, just to tell you that life is beauty, truth, and goodness. If you understand that all this belongs to you, all this belongs to you. It's we have covered with layers and layers of stupidities coming from the environment, believing that the environment is a separate reality. When you understand that the inner and the outer, the inner vision and the outer reality, inner states and outer events are one, you discovered the truth of all and everything. What about the death? Okay. Is there any question? What about death? Yes.
Why is, if we are a singular collective, as you say, why do we subject ourselves to this round of dying and over and thinking and over?
Very good.
What's the point?
I told you before in the very beginning, because we have forgotten. We forgot. We forgot to be the creator. And we happened to be stuck and prisoners of something that you yourself created. I don't know if it is if I answered your questions.
Yes.
Why we created all this show?
Mm-hmm. The show, let's say we created this, we forgot about it.
Yeah.
And we have the power to be in it and see it, but we cannot change it. As you say, we just observe, as you said.
Self-observation, you change
Yes,
it.
observation.
If you observe it,
can
you
change
will
that.
change it.
And
Not trying to change it.
no, just
But just watching it like a scientist is watching an experiment. Okay.
what about the truth and lies that you said? That how if you're myself as an image, and the media, the people in the media are myself as well as an image, why do they lie and you tell the truth? What's the difference between myself up there and myself sitting right there?
I am not telling you the truth. You are telling yourself the truth. My words are not coming from outside. You are ready. You are ready to listen to these words. Otherwise, you were not sitting here. What is happening? You can watch the television and see news on the war. And I'm telling you that I see that as a show. It doesn't touch me. Not because I am uncompassionate. It's just because I know that all that is a lie. It is a sort of economy that is going, in a world that you yourself created, and it keeps this show on, because the show has to go on.
So,
But you say, why I should believe? You shouldn't believe in what I'm saying. Why I should believe in what you're saying and not believing in the media? You shouldn't believe in what I'm saying. I know that what I'm telling you is what you were ready to listen. I am sure of that. But this you will see in time. You will see in time. I was not happy to see the world as as the world of causes, and myself like a very small, let's say, insect, or yes, like a very small being. I rebelled. I had an individual revolution within myself, and I realized, I discovered that the outer world is my creation. Whatever you see, if it is just or unjust, if it is good or bad, it is my creation that I am developing from within.
I understand.
You understand?
Yes. You're
I don't know if I answered your question, because you say,
well,
I am not telling you the truth.
you made it clear. You made it clear.
I made it clear.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You were not a student of the European School of Economics. If you were already prepared and ready to listen to what I'm telling you, you were somewhere else. I'm sure of that.
You said previously that we die 1,000 times a day. What do you mean by die?
Dying, it means to be in fear. That is death. Little death. We die thousands of times.
Because we're in fear?
Huh?
We die thousands of times because we're in fear?
We die within. You know, thousands of death without us knowing. We are unaware of it. A word from a friend that can insult you. You die within yourself because you identify with those words, and you die. A jealousy, an envy, whatever is identification with what you see, and it is a death. Then to die lesser and lesser, it means that you stop identifying. Then you die lesser and lesser. The word, that bad word that was against you, or you find on the socials, which are offending you, you will see that little by little, something that comes from the outer world will never touch you anymore. And that is, you are dying lesser and lesser. Until you stop dying, and you will see that the death, physical death, will end. Physical death will stop existing. But you have to die less and less because you are the creator. You are creating a physical death because you want one day to come out of your own suffering. And you invented the physical death as a way out.
But wouldn't that be more like mental death? If it's like jealousy or envy or like someone insulted me, wouldn't that be more like mental death rather than physical death?
It's much emotional, but you see that it hits you inside yourself, in the emotions. And that is very physical. You feel a pain. But also when you feel envious or jealous about someone or something, that is a death. To get offended is killing yourself. To get offended. And then you say, but I have all the right to be offended and to react. No, you shouldn't react. You shouldn't react innerly. Then outside yourself you can act as an actress to say, how you dare. Ah, but acting, not believing.
Okay.
That is very subtle, but if you understand it, you will see that you have to act consciously outside yourself and be aware of what is going on within. If you find yourself hit by a word or something happening in the outer world, and you feel this anger or you feel yourself acting to that, it means that you are killing yourself. That if you stop killing yourself, you will see that life will be all gratitude to you, yourself. Because when you die within, the entire world is dying outside. Then if you have been in anger sometimes, or let's say identified with some word or some thing that came on the socials, or someone accused you or something, you will see that you feel within yourself a sort of pain. That painful state is a self-killing, is a suicide. And we die thousands of times without us knowing, being unaware of it. If you start to be present to that very thing, you will see that thing has no power on you. And stop happening outside yourself. Then this is the way how you can change the entire world. When you do not react within, you are proactive, you are creating the world. Then one day when you stop dying, you will see that the entire world is alive, beautifully alive. It's difficult to remember that you yourself are the creator. It's very difficult, because we like to be with the others and believing that the others is the real. No, the others are you in time. Whatever you are, the others are, and not vice versa. We have been trained that the others are the very cause of all our, let's say, fears or inner negative states and conditions. But it is not so. We identify with something happening outside ourselves, and we get stuck in ourselves, in fear, doubts, and whatever. I think death. Then we have to be fearless and deathless entirely. This is interesting. Then you will see the world that becomes really something that you couldn't believe. Yesterday, with the professors I was talking, I am the enemy of all professors, I tell you, because they are a very stiff category. They will never change their attitudes and way of teaching. And I told them that we have to change our relationship with the students. The students, we should never call them students and professors. We have to have a relationship like a partnership. Students are our partners. Then if you change your attitude towards the students, you will see that they will bring all their beauty, truth, goodness, youth, all their beauty will come in the school, and the school will be enriched by their presence. In Italy, we call the professors with a sort of, in Spain they say, lei, noi parliamo con lei, no?
Sì.
And questo in the States, lei non c'è soltanto you. We should stop to have this distance between professors and to consider students as our allies and partners. And you will see that with the AI and internet and all those things, you will bring to the professor things that he ignore completely, totally. Then you are bringing in the school very precious material. But they don't let you. They believe that they have to instill in you all those stupidities. And they should listen to you, each of you, and see that everybody, each of you, is a treasure, a very precious treasure. That's why I believe that in a couple of decades, many schools and universities will close. Because if they continue to believe that they are teaching you something that has to be stopped, they have to understand that a child of 14 years old knows much more than professors of Harvard. 14 years old. Is the age of creativity, the age of to become a millionaire, a billionaire. 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, that is the best age to be creative and to be billionaire instead of indulging in such stupidities. You have to be inventors, creators of your own reality and to become rich, because richness is just the outcome of your completeness, inner unity, inner integrity. Then you should pay attention to your inner integrity than to die less, because dying less, it means to get closer and closer to your unity, integrity, or to become united within yourself. I see a little bit sad. What happened?
Oh, no.
I didn't answer your question.
No, you did.
Were you disappointed with my...
No, I'm not disappointed.
She's beautiful. What is it?
Microphone.
The era of joblessness is coming. AI. The era of joblessness. I called it the golden creative leisure. Leisure. Idleness. Leisure. The golden creative leisure. What does that mean? To do nothing? It means not doing. Not doing means stillness. In stillness, you create all and everything. In stillness, watching yourself, observing yourself, be present to yourself, you will see that the world outside, will give you all that you can desire, but exponentially, much more. Then the era of joblessness is coming. That's why we shouldn't fear it. Because if you are present to yourself, everything, all and everything, will be at your service. Any question? You are watching me badly.
Me?
You are watching me badly.
No.
Any question? Where are you from?
I'm
Where are you from?
originally from Senegal.
Senegal.
I was born in France
France.
and living in London.
In
London.
London. That's good. That's good. Because we opened in London a beautiful venue beautiful venue in King's Cross, most beautiful building. My family, we have the most 7,000 square meters, a venue, the most beautiful venue in London. You have to come.
I came from there. I was there
In London.
yesterday, and I came today.
Oh, yesterday you were there, but you will be back in London sometimes. When you go back, please come to our venue. See the most beautiful thing that is happening right now in London. And we have some students that are coming and work with us. And this is interesting, to have people who knows the philosophy of the European School of Economics. And this is in there. We are opening in Paris, the European School of Economics. Then you speak French, don't you? Yeah. Then let's be in touch. You see, I have many businesses going on, but in stillness, I don't do anything. I do not work. If they ask me, which is your job? I do nothing. Stillness. Stillness. To be still within yourself, spread out in all directions. And you are bringing richness and prosperity to the entire world and all the people who are in touch with you and beyond. It's strange that the president and founder of a university is telling you, you have to study, but do not believe it, because what you are studying will never make you rich or dealing with the world outside yourself. You have to study because, as I told you before, you have to get your degree and you have to do what the society or humanity is telling you. Otherwise, they do not recognize. They do not see you if you don't have the degree. They do not see you. They see you when you have the paper. But because we live in a world that is very limited, because our limitation that we project. And we are judged and considered negatively by a world that we ourselves have created. Is when you own yourself, when you master yourself, then the world is yours. The entire world is yours. Clelia, do you think that
We're good.
it's, you see, did you try to have to film the attention of the students? Because that is very important. Because I know that in many lessons, many classrooms, you get bored and yawning. But here, you are watching yourself. You are very present to yourself. This should continue for all the years. To deal with and to manage. The world will recognize you. The world we know that you are in charge. That the world depends upon you yourself. But when you really own yourself, altre domande? Hai altre domande? So che stai vivendo un momento difficile.
Io?
Tu? È vero che stai vivendo...
Relativo?
Forse ha dei sentimenti. No. Stai vivendo da qualche momento difficile? No. Stai bene?
No, sto bene.
Stai proprio bene, guarda che ci stanno registrando, eh. Sanno tutto.
Credo di stare bene.
Credo di stare bene. This is the future. This is the future. I have written this it took me something like 35 years to write it. And this, I was really questioning time, where the great scientists believed that time was something real. Time is just a device, an instrument. Time is a coat, is a paint that you place on your inner invisibility to see and touch what is going on. Then the time allows you to see what you do not want to see. You created time to see what you do not want to see and touch. Then time took over and became your boss because you forgot to govern time. And you became, an employee of time. Time has become your boss. You are on the payroll of time. Time decides which is your salary, which is your destiny, which is your past, until you govern time. You will be a slave. You will be a victim of time. Time wants to be governed and led. Otherwise, it takes over. This book will tell you what is going on, what will happen in a few decades, about the education, about life, about death, about birth. It is the story of a a very weak person who believes that the world is violent, aggressive, conflictual, and never turning towards himself and understanding that the world is just a mirror of your own being. Okay.
Are you talking about like your life in it, or
Yeah,
or it's
yeah. It is. It is. It is. There are two characters there. There is myself, and there is someone that I consider a very weak person, but he's a very ordinary person who, you know, he's a victim of all misfortune and disasters in the world, and he's accusing and blaming the world for all these misfortunes until he meets an extraordinary being who tells him that, look, the world is just obeying. The world is just telling you what you are within yourself. The disasters are not out there. The death of your wife, the children who are disobeying, it's not out there. You cannot blame anybody for but just yourself. You have to go within and see that you are sending messages and projecting disasters. This is, you know, this is like the story of Pinocchio. That he believes that all these adventures are, you know, the other's fault, but it is he himself who was creating all the a sort of self-created prison. Nessun altro? Nessun altro? No? Without questions? Italiani, voi, italiani. Fatemi fare una bella figura. Italian shoes? Italian suit? Italian tie? Salvatore Ferragamo? Okay? Sorry, it's vanity. But that is a stupidity. We have to act. We have to act. The world wants you in the suit with the Italian shoes, and they accept you. But I am acting without believing. Without believing. Otherwise, you get stuck and imprisoned and captured in a prison. The role is a prison.
Sir, did you study in university or no? Did you go to university or no?
I never went to any school.
Not even a high school?
No. No, not even the elementary school.
So you're like self-educated?
That's right, if you want to call it. I am, let's say, myself. When I was 16 years old, I studied flute and then entered some bands, and whatever I did, it was successful. And life was, I can say, my teacher, but it became my student, my projection. You don't need schools. You don't need universities. And the AI is coming, and they are putting, instead of human beings, professors and teachers, robots. But it's the same. I cannot call it stupidity. Instead of having, because the professors and teachers, I don't want to say all of them, but many of them are just robots. Then there is no substitution. It's a machine that is occupying the space of another machine. Sorry if I am so merciless towards the professor. But I don't think that you need any teaching.
If you think that, why would you open a university?
Very good, very good. Why? If you know that you don't need it, just to show you that you don't need it.
But we still have exams. Maybe you can cancel exams.
But,
He said maybe you could cancel exams then.
oh, yeah, I could do this, but you have to act as a student. You have to go through all that rubbish. Sorry. You have to act as a student. You have to get your degree, and that's it.
But we're acting as students already attending lectures, classes.
If I am acting,
No, but we're already acting as students by attending lectures and classes. Why do we
Yeah.
need to act even more by doing exams?
you mean that you could not doing exams and just to go to the degree directly. But you see, you have to act again as an actress. You have to do all the. It's like a theatrical script writing. There is, there are phases and there are steps. You have to go through all this, because otherwise the show doesn't go on.
What about
Yeah.
campuses? Do you want to open any more campuses?
Yes,
in
yes.
different
Paris
locations?
is the next one, and Dubai the next.
Dubai.
Dubai also. Yeah, yeah. Because I created the university to tell you that you don't need it. But if I don't have the mask of a university, you will never listen to it. But you see, this freedom that you have right now, you have to keep it. Keep it, because this is your safety. This is your safety, your security, your certainty. You have to get up in the morning and be certain. Certain. It's the most beautiful thing. Get up in the morning and you see you are lost. One day you will get up with the certainty within yourself, and the world knows about you. The world knows everything about you. You yourself, be careful. Then you touch the world when you are safe, and the world is safe. But when you are worried, or in fear or doubt, don't touch the world. Don't come out of your room or your apartment, because the world will let you see all the disasters that you are making within yourself. Because the world is a mirror, nothing else but a mirror. I thank you very much, and that's the next time. Hey! That's great. Next time, come with some questions, because out of this room, we get lost again. I mean, lost in the ordinary life. For me, it's a jungle, but it's your production. Then you have to, if you know this, you will move in the jungle as in paradise. You will be dealing with all the problems with the little finger of the left hand. Everything. When you move, the world will move with you and will respect your inner understanding. Someone said, but this is spirituality, because if you look at yourself within, it means that you are a spiritual person. No, understanding. Understanding is the totality. Spirituality is, I met thousands of spiritual people, They abandoned the mundane world for a spiritual one. But they were lying before, and they're still lying after. without them knowing. Doing, the power of doing. I gave you an incredible news. I offered you an incredible technology, which is to turn upside down the paradigm that the world outside is the world of causes, and you are just the effect. This shift, this revolution, it will make you owner, author, creator, dreamer, doer of the life outside yourself. And you will see that your family will see in you the leader. Your father and mother will see in you the leader. But don't forget to act. Thank you very much. It was recorded, then you can have the recording, it's whenever you want to, and just to
If any student would like to have a book signed, we can get a copy and.
That's if you want to, just if you to have the how do you call it, I lavori a casa, the house working. There is a photograph.
I have a question.
Yes.
When are you thinking of opening the new campuses?
This is the key.
No. When do you think the new campuses will be open? Like the ones in
Paris will be for next September.
And Dubai?
And Dubai in January.
This Jan or next Jan?
No, the other. Why? Are you in?
I used to live in Dubai and I went
Oh,
to
you
school
still
there.
live? Oh, that's good. Then let's be in touch. Okay, let's be in touch because we need people that can really.
We'll go to Paris too.
I'd love to go to Paris.
We'll spend a semester in Paris.
Paris
and
is
then,
the best city ever.
Oh, beautiful. Then next year you can come to Paris.
Yes, I'll go to Paris next year.
Yeah,
Good.
we'll go.
Good. That's great. That's great. Please come.
But we're gonna come back anyway.
I'll go
We'll
get
get
the
a book
book.
signed.
I want to take my book and they can give you my email. You can call me anytime.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Elio.
Oh, thank you for coming.
That was
my
very
friend.
inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I
Can
am
I
so-
take a picture with you? If that's
Yes. Non fai una fotografia a tutti, no? La prima. Ragazzi, l'Italia sta andando bene?
Sì,
Ah, no.
sì, dai, noi ci lamentiamo.
Ci lamentiamo.
Can I take a picture? Yes, please.
Okay, you.
There you go.
Why are you taking a picture like that? Can I take the picture, please? I'm so sorry. I cannot take a picture.
What's up?
Okay, let's go a bit there so there's